As the economy takes a toll on Michigan families, more and more calls are being made to debt collectors, from debt collectors. They're trying to get you to pay up. And if you owe somebody money, there's nothing wrong with that. However, a lot of times the tactics these people use are unfair, even illegal. Mike Jaafar is with me from the law firm Jaafar and Mahdi in Dearborn. They specialize in consumer issues. What's going on, Mike, today with debt and debt collectors? It seems like it's a growing field and more calls are being made all the time.
Millions of dollars are being made these days by debt collectors, overzealous debt collectors, and these people are paid when they profit off of your misery. A lot of them are overzealous. They don't follow the rules. There's a federal law in place protecting people, but they often just throw it to the wayside because people don't know their options and never even contact an attorney.
So many people don't realize that there is a federal law in place. Let's take a look right now at some of the things that they really can't do. These are things that we should be attuned to, that we should know so it doesn't happen to us. First of all, there are certain times of the day when they're allowed to call and certain times when they're not allowed to call. You can call before 8 a.m., but not after 9 p.m.
Yeah, they can't call you before 8 a.m. or 9 p.m. Now, mind you, this applies to third-party debt collectors. For an explanation of that, you can go online or contact an attorney. But by and large, if you're ever contacted, it's going to be by a third-party debt collector. They cannot call before 8 or after 9. They can't make any violent threats against you. They can't make any threats against you, period. They can't even threaten to take your home or embarrass you in any way. They can't use foul language. They can't threaten jail, arrest, or the taking of private property. Often they do all of these things, especially they threaten to take your home, put you in foreclosure. I had a lady who was told that a warrant was issued for her arrest. They cannot contact family and friends. This has been their way of embarrassing people by all over the country by calling your family, calling your friends, more importantly, calling your place of employment.
Okay,
this has been humiliating for people.
So, Mike, you say they can't do that, but we know that they do that at times. What should we be doing when the phone call comes to us? How should we be handling that?
Always answer the call. First thing you do, grab a pen and paper. Write down, make notes, as many notes as possible. Ask who's calling you, where they're calling you from, and dispute that you owe the debt. Even if you owe it, just dispute that you owe it. Tell them you want to see proof, okay? Send a validation notice. Ask them where to send the validation notice to. A validation notice is basically a written request that they prove that you owe the debt and that they have the authority to collect the debt. Write down, make notes of each and every single thing you can remember from that phone call and tell them not to ever contact you again and immediately contact an attorney. Once you contact an attorney, the next time they call you, if you tell them you have an attorney, that triggers some of the most important provisions of the law which prohibit them from ever contacting you again.
So many people email us and call us on the phone and say, you know I had this debt, I had this problem, took care of it a long time ago, it's over, it's been over for years, but now I'm getting these calls suddenly from these people that say, I owe the money, and they're being nasty to me.
Yeah, it happened to my mother. It's a very common problem. What happens in this industry is there's a huge industry at debt collection. A lot of these creditors will sell it to a third-party debt collector. At that point, it's anybody's game because those people can sell it to other people, and then you could pay.
In other words, they buy my debt for pennies on the dollar, and whatever they collect, that's in their pocket. It's not the company that I dealt with. It's not the store that I dealt with.
Absolutely. A lot of times that's exactly the case, and it's a pure profit to these people, and they have absolutely no scruples.
Some of them operate that way. There are legitimate ones out there that try to call people and help educate them so that they can pay off their debts. We have a lot of information on our website from Mike's law firm. His firm does help the consumer. That's what they do. They do consumer issues all the time.